Welcome to DBC Diaries, episode 54. Today, I'm with returning patient Gene. So Gene's been coming to us for years, great patient who's had some lung condition issues. Now, a lot of these lung conditions get a catch-all overall term, such as COPD or ARDS, but what really matters is that Gene's pulmonary function has continued to improve, and he's going to explain that to you further on in this video. We're going to start by showing you what it's like to be a patient here at DreamBody Clinic. So if you want to skip forward and just get to the interview, you can see all that. Gene's also going to explain how his wife has had a lot of success recovering from different joint surgeries after doing stem cells after. Unfortunately, she waited too long to treat those joints, and we weren't able to do stem cell treatment for her, but we were able to do it after the surgeries, and her doctors back in the United States were just blown away at how fast she healed. And we can pretty well attribute that to the stem cells. So that's the good news there. Now look, with any sort of treatment, we always want to check first and make sure a person's a good candidate. You know, a lot of people will send us an MRI that they have of their hip or their shoulder or their knee, and there will be things that might disqualify them, such as osteophytes or a complete tear of a ligament. In those cases, we're always brutally honest with people. Look, we've found that bad news travels much faster than good. So we don't want to treat people that we don't think we can help, because they're then going to think stem cells don't work, and that's not good for anyone. So we always do analysis. All of our joint treatments here include and actually require an MRI with us. We have gotten a lot of bad reports from abroad too, so we always do scans here. And we let people know. And actually earlier today, I had a patient with a hip problem that we weren't able to fix because it was bone on bone and a lot of osteophytes. We hate it when that happens, but we're honest with people. We let them know, hey, this isn't gonna help. Don't spend the money. So stay tuned. Gene's gonna explain to you what it's like to be a patient here and the success that he and his wife have had. And this trip, he also brought his daughter, and we'll go from there. DBC Diaries, day 1. Today's arrival day. Gene and Naomi are gonna arrive. Gene knows where to go. He's been here before, but for you that don't, you're gonna go through the airport. You start at customs, usually a big long line you gotta deal with. But once you get through there, they're gonna get you to baggage claim. When you get to baggage claim, you'll get your bag, and then you gotta go through the security checkpoint again. They're gonna scan your bags, and then you'll get into the main airport. When you're in the main airport, you'll notice there's some doors that lead to outside. You're gonna go through those doors, head outside, and our driver's gonna be waiting there with a sign with your name on it. So Gene and Naomi are gonna get there, and then we're gonna get them to their hotel so they can rest and relax.
This morning, I went to get Sydney and his daughter from the hotel. He has an appointment here at the clinic. In the afternoon, I take him to the partner's lab for the sun test.
This time, Sydney will be doing several tests so he can start his treatment. We'll begin this morning with a blood test.
DBC Diaries, day 2. So today is blood work day, but for Gene, because we're working on his lungs, there's a few extra things we got to check, which are spirometry. We do a CT of his thorax, and we're also doing an ultrasound of his prostate, because we're gonna be fixing that up for him this trip. So we do all that, we come to the clinic. For the blood work, we do that here. For the other scans, those are actually done off-site with our partner lab. So we drive down the road to that. It's all real simple. And once that's done, we get you back to your hotel so you can rest and relax. DBC Diaries Day 3. So today is consultation day for Gene and for Naomi. We're going to go over their blood work, explain everything, show them where they're at, how things are going. And then we're going to go over the extra scans that we did for the lungs for Gene, show him where he's at now versus where he was in the past, so he can keep gauging how well treatment is improving his lung function. And because he's doing the lung treatment this time with the nebulizer, this means that we're going to start with his first nebulized session today. This is where you breathe in the cells. We're going to get that done so that we have enough time with his trip here in town. Once that's done, we get him back to his hotel. They can enjoy the rest of the day at the beach.
Today, we have the consultation with Eugene. He came for the COPD protocol. In that protocol, we include a CT scan from the chest to see the lungs. We include like the spirometry to see the oxygen function and how the lungs are working. And he came also for the prostate treatment. So we have here the results and the pictures from the CT scan to evaluate like the lungs quality. We have some patients with fibrosis, some types of obstructions. So this study is really good for us to see the stage or how the patients came for the treatment. And we have the results and the pictures from the prostate ultrasound. So we can see here the size. We can see if the patient have any tumor, any type of cancer or something. So we always do this before the treatment because we need to know like how the patient feels and how the patient is stayed with the styles.
DBC Diaries Day 4. Today is treatment day. Today, you're going to come in, we're going to do treatment for Gene and Naomi, and with Gene, we're going to do the IV, and then we're going to get 2 nebulized sessions in today. We need to spread these out by at least an hour apart so that the lungs can absorb as many of the cells as possible. When you do a nebulized session, you're actually breathing in the cells, so they're going to get to the lungs, but they also get to the back of the throat, to the mucous membrane, where they're allowed to cross through to the carotid artery. The carotid artery is great because it's going to go straight to the brain, and this will get a lot of cells to the brain that would have not otherwise gotten there. Because when you do an IV, it goes heart, then lungs, and about 70% of the cells get stuck at the lungs for 2 to 3 hours, which if you have a lung condition like Gene is a great thing because a lot of those are going to dissipate in, get to the lungs and start healing. With the IV treatment, with the nebulized treatment, those cells are going to hit the lungs and the brain. So we hit it from 2 different ways, but here's Gene explaining what treatment's been like for him being a patient here at Dream Body Clinic. Welcome to DBC Diaries episode 54. I'm here with returning patient Gene. Welcome back, Gene. You've been coming to us for a long time.
Well, this is the third time.
Yeah. So 3rd time here. You've been coming right now. We're doing the IV where I do some nebulized. Yep. We've done before. And I guess just, why did you originally come and how are you feeling?
I came to mostly accompany my wife, who was getting treated at the time. She had had stem cell in the States before to kind of postpone knee replacement surgery.
Yeah.
And we liked the place we went to in Utah, except that things had changed. The availability of her own stem cells, we found an issue with because it was very painful to extract the marrow for that. So when we found about the dream body, we decided we'd investigate it further. We checked on you a lot, and then decided to come down. And she was getting ready for her first knee replacement.
Got it.
And I came along kind of for the ride, but get 100 million stem cells. And by the way, I had a neuroma in my foot. Why not treat that?
Yeah.
So we did that. She had subsequent knee replacement surgery, and the healing for her was astonishingly quick. The doctor had never seen anything like it. I'd never seen anything like it. She'd never seen anything like it. And it took a little while, but my neuroma resolved.
Awesome.
So so far so good. It seemed like good things were happening.
Definitely.
I also was being checked regularly by a pulmonologist who noted that my lung function was improved from the year before.
Oh, great.
So, okay. So a year later, she was contemplating another knee replacement because both needed doing.
Yeah.
And we came down again, and she had the knee replacement surgery subsequently, healed from that dramatically well. The other thing she healed from was some eye surgery.
Oh,
She had surgery for ptosis on one eye.
got it.
And a week after the surgery, when she went back for just the post-op check, nobody could believe the rapidity of her healing. So we're just thinking that this probably works a lot better than we had hoped. And
Yeah, I wish she would have started sooner with the knees, but by the time she took them, it was already to that point. But
she was bone on bone, and there wasn't much. She was able to postpone it, but not prevent it.
totally.
So it is what it is. So I'm here now. We're going to work on the lungs a bit,
Great.
work on some other stuff, and keep me tuned up.
All right. Well, we'll keep doing that. So if you at home would like to learn more about stem cell therapies, check out our website. You can go to www.dreambody.clinic. Scroll down on the homepage. You'll see all the treatments listed. Click on those. You got all the info, prices, everything. That's actually, Gene, you were saying that's what you do. Someone asked about stem cells, and
I will not recommend anything. I will just say go check out the website, make your own decision, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not going there. But
yeah, well, it can be tough. And what if you say the wrong thing? So
but there's a lot of information on the site.
Yeah.
It answers a lot of questions, and if you have any questions, you can do the research. I think it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what you and Karen did, right?
That's absolutely what we did. We concluded. Our conclusion was here.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much. Thanks for sharing that with everyone at home. And we also do free consultations. So if you want to give us a call toll free at 888-704-3977. I'm Josh. Happy to help. DBC Diaries Day 5. Today, only Gene's going to come in. Today is his last nebulized session. It's pretty quick. Usually takes about 20 minutes. You come in, breathe in the cells, get those in the system, get done. Then he's got the rest of the day to rest and relax. Now, Gene is found, and I've found this for myself and many other patients, There's kind of two outcomes after you do an IV. For me and Gene and a lot of other people, feel a bit lethargic, a bit tired the day after an IV. So you really want this day to rest, relax if you can. So a lot of people fly home this day and you're sitting on the airplane, that's pretty easy to relax. Now, another smaller percentage of people will do the IV and they're bouncing off the walls the next day, tons of energy. So it's not the same for everyone. Everyone reacts a little bit different. But if you get lethargic or tired like I do, it usually lasts a few days, and it's great because your body's healing. Your body heals best when you're sleeping. For the people bouncing off the walls, they usually have some sort of adrenal gland type fatigue, and this helps reset that as those sit on the top of the kidneys so the cells can get there. So everyone's a bit different, just something you'll notice after treatment. DBC Diaries, Day 6. Well, today's departure day. I want to thank Gene, Naomi for coming. Fortunately, Carol wasn't able to come this time, but I'm sure she'll be next time. And thanks for sharing, because hopefully this will help you at home know what it's like to be a patient at Dream Body Clinic. Know from real patients, real people, what it's like to get treatment, how well it can really work for your health. And if you want to learn more, please check a look at our website. It's www.dreambody.clinic. Scroll down on the homepage. You'll see all the treatments. You can go down to the COPD treatment, click on it. All the info, prices, studies, patient testimonials like this are all listed, and that'll hopefully help you more. And you can call us toll-free at 888-704-3977. I'm Josh, happy to help.